Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician channel, and today we're going to be going into a 5-year review of my Gearwrench screwdriver set. I have like their master 20-piece screwdriver set. It's been great. I'll share kind of the things I like about it, the price point, some specs on it, as well as also keep in mind that Gearwrench has been kind of trying to set themselves apart, trying to basically make their tools look like their own, not any of the others. So they've been changing some of their designs. They've released now a 90-tooth ratchet, as you guys have probably already seen. They have the 120 XP 84 tooth and now the 90 tooth. But they've been going with their orange and black color scheme, the new logo, and how they put it on all of their tools. They've changed all that up. And they have also released a new screwdriver set exactly like the one that I have, but with the orange and black handle, and it's a new handle design. Previously, they just had the red and black design that I have here, and then you could get it in smaller sets as well, and then they released it in different colors such as orange and black, green and black, and maybe another color or so. But I know those for sure. Well, now they've released a new orange and black, but with a new handle design, but it's the same set, comes in the same blow molded case and everything, and it seems to be a really good set. Especially for the price, I want to say I paid roughly $70 to $100 for this set, and I believe the new set is around the same price as well. So I'll throw up a picture, hopefully I've already done so, of the new set, but I'm going to get into the set that I have and how it's held up. Now I have 3 or 4 different screwdriver sets, so I don't use these ones all the time, every time, but they are my main ones just because they're the easiest to access. They're right here in my drawer. I don't have to go anywhere else for them. So they have been used quite a bit over the last 5 years and haven't had any issues. So let's take a closer look at them, and I really hope you guys enjoy. This is the Gearwrench 20-piece set. I've had roughly 5 years and really enjoyed it. So it comes in this blow molded case, and it has held up really well. I don't move it around. I keep it in my drawer, and I just grab the screwdriver that I need. It's really easy to access. Doesn't, you know, you can't really save much space besides standing these things up. So really, it's organized really well. So starting off here at the bottom, you have the Phillips and the flathead. These are probably my most commonly used screwdrivers. Doing body and tire on the race car, I used a lot of the stubby Phillips, and I've just gotten really comfortable with it, and it's really nice to get as close to the fastener as possible because you just have more control over the screwdriver. So I tend to use these a lot, and it has held up really well. The Gearwrench hasn't rubbed off or anything. It's actually like the red plastic is raised, and then it just has a rubber filling around it. And the handles have held up well. Here you can see each one has their own individual part number on them. The silver coating here hasn't rubbed off on any of them. The black oxide on the tips have worn off on the ones that I've used heavier, but they haven't gotten any deformation or anything like that. So no fitment issues, but these are 2 of my most commonly used screwdrivers. Once again, there's a part number. And I will have this set linked down in the description for you guys, as well as the new set if I can find it. I've seen it on other sites. I haven't found it on Amazon yet, but I'll try and have that link down below as well. So next up above that is your micro or precision screwdrivers. You have 6 with the rotating cap on the back. All of the flatheads will have the red cap on the back, and all of the Phillips will have the black cap on the back, and then it has an identifier. Now I actually use these pretty often, and they have held up well. I haven't broken any of them yet. So you get 0, 0, 0, and 1, and then you have 1.5 to probably 2.5. And then besides the micro precision with the rotating cap, you also have a Phillips here without the rotating cap on it. So that can come in handy. I don't use that one as often. It's mainly these ones over here, but they've held up really well. I haven't stripped them, the heads out or anything like that, and they get used fairly often. So those are actually really handy to have in the set. Now they do include 2 Torx drivers here. You get a T15 and a T20, and truthfully I just don't use them all that often, just because T15 and T20, they're fairly common, but a lot of the time I'm using T25, and if I'm going to grab Torx, I'm just going to go grab my bit set and call it a day. So mainly I'm just coming here for Phillips and flatheads, so these really don't get used all that often. I haven't had a real issue with them, or you know, the way they feel. They are comfortable. Now they are more of a round shape than they are like a tri-lobe or anything like that. There is a little bit of a tri-lobe shape to it, but not real aggressive. And then you do have these grips here that kind of help you when needing to apply more torque, but they're a little bit more round, so they're comfortable, but probably not the best for high torque applications. So starting out, you have the slim flathead. It is the 3/16, and it is 6 inches long, so you have a fairly long small screwdriver here, which is actually really good. I don't use flatheads all that often, more as like picking things. Then you have your number 1 3-inch Phillips. I actually use this one fairly often as well. The tip's held up well, no deformation. The standard length 1/4 inch by 4 inch flathead, it's held up well, and these are magnetic. I know you can make any screwdriver set magnetic, but these are all magnetic already. This long number 1 Phillips, it's 6 inches long. I really don't use this one all that often, just because of the length on it. It's not too often I need something that's a number 1 Phillips and long like that. Then the next is the 1/4 inch by 6 inch flathead. This one is used fairly often. It does have the wrench application at the base of the screwdriver shaft. This is for applying a wrench and breaking things loose. So it does have that, as well as the standard length flathead as well. And then moving into the Phillips, above that, that's your standard length number 2, so my most common, and 4 inches. So this and the stubby are probably used the most out of the set, and the tips have held up very well. And once again, you have that at the base of the screwdriver shaft as well. And then getting into this is more of a pry bar most of the time. This is your 5/16 by 6 inch flathead screwdriver, and I just use it for prying on small things and stuff like that. And then getting into the 2 larger number 3 and 3/8 by 8 inch and number 3 by 6 inch screwdrivers. These are the ones I really don't use, and I've probably only used a handful of times in the last 5 years. So can't say about wear and tear on these, but if the others have held up really well that I use almost all the time, then I'm sure these are going to be the exact same as well. Overall, I think it's a great set. I think it's priced really well, especially for what you get. I think the Torx is a nice addition, but I think if they were to do that, it would have been nice to go up to at least T25. That's what I find myself using quite often. But other than that, I like how you get 6 precision with the rotating caps, and then you get the 1 standard Phillips head here without the rotating cap. And once again, I use that stubby a lot, and the standard length Phillips a lot as well. And as you can see, it stays nice and organized. The case is not super thick or anything, so it's not something you want to be tossing around and moving all the time, but it's literally sat in my drawer for 5 years and pulling them in and out constantly. Nothing's wore out, nothing's broken or cracked or anything like that, so it's held up really well. And I think that new handle design is more of a tri-lobe shape, so you might be able to apply a little bit more torque with those screwdrivers than you can this handle design, but both of them are priced really well for what you receive, and I've really enjoyed them. Let me know your guys' thoughts. If you've used this Gearwrench screwdriver set, let me know your guys' thoughts. Have you had good luck with them, or have you had any bad situations with them? And as always, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. See you guys next time.